We have just come back from a lovely walk on the beach with Bambi. We had about 8 dogs come up to us at one time, barking, barking, barking. They didn't really want to be too friendly, so we just ignored them and walked along the shores here. And it's so beautiful. We are amazed at your website and all of the articles and recordings and poems and stories you have up there, and how prolific you are. Jamie and I, when we got to the beach apartment 2 nights ago, we just sat and went all around your website, listened to everything, except I don't think we quite finished Joe Dispenza's 10 things there, but we're very familiar with Joe Dispenza. And just really enjoying that. But the thing that I want to say tonight is how very, very much we appreciate you. My family does. And that family being the QEG family. And you are Aunt Wilhelmina. And we got your message about your phone call and are just so grateful and feel so blessed that you look out for us in that way. We're rolling along. Yes, the QEG is about to break loose. Jamie had a huge breakthrough this weekend, and for the life of me, I really wouldn't be able to explain it to you. It's along the lines of QEG Real World 7. So this past week was 8, but he had this breakthrough after we put up episode 8, a couple of days after. We had a big meeting between Hope and Tavon and me and Jamie, and we just need one more piece of equipment. And I know that we say that all the time, but all the time that's true. And he should be good, but he's going to try something before that. So my next little recording is going to be about what he's going to try. I think that you'll enjoy it. So we'll be back in a moment. So I was thinking that we could have the same discussion that we had last night, because I'd like to record it, describing the pulsar device that you and Tavon are building. Where did it come from? What made you think of that? And what are you going to use that for?
Hi, Wilhelmina. I'm very happy for this opportunity to speak to you. Like Val said, I've just had a very significant breakthrough. Well, that even saying that is minimizing it. It's a big breakthrough. It's actually the thing that will quickly lead to the finish of the big QEG. It's something that it's a frequency that I've been looking for, or trying to find a method of finding it. I've been looking for a way to find this frequency.
For how many years?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
2 years. So that's like November 2014.
That's about right, yeah.
Okay.
November, December, yeah. And the thing that helped us to find it it's a device called a spectrum analyzer, where you can look at many frequencies at the same time. Actually, what the thing does is, instead of looking at a signal that's measured against time, like an oscilloscope does, with this device you're measuring against a frequency band, like a whole range of frequencies, and this device shows you which frequency has the highest amplitude. So it looks like a mountain range, and the highest mountain is the frequency that you're looking for. So we finally found it using this spectrum analyzer. Now there's only 2 steps left. We have to condition the core, and that's the reason that we needed to know this frequency, because you have to condition the core at this particular frequency. So now we have it, and we can do that. To actually do this conditioning, we need some type of an amplifier. It could be the kind of amplifier that they use in the boom cars.
Right,
You know,
but
when
you bought that
Yeah,
a few weeks back, and that's not strong enough.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for stronger amplifier, but in the meantime, you're going to try this pulsar.
yeah.
Right, so the pulsar, isn't that something that Tavon gave you like 2 years ago and at the UK build, or he mailed it to us
No,
in America?
it was Dennis that gave it to me.
Oh, Dennis gave you the pulsar? Or
Yeah.
Oh, and the schematic.
Well, he gave me the pulsar, and I drew the schematic.
Okay.
I drew it from the circuit.
Okay, so this is Dennis's thing from over 2 years ago, like 2.5 years ago. When we first were in Morocco, Dennis talked to you about this, he got back to Montreal
Mm-hmm.
and sent it.
Yeah, we were actually, it was during the UK build that he sent me the thing.
He sent it to England?
No, he sent it to USA.
Oh.
So I got it when we got back to the USA.
Okay. And Tavon also sent you something
Yeah, he sent me those cores.
afterwards, and he gave us
He gave us
Tesla
the
coils.
2 cores.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what did he send later? No, I don't think it was just Dennis that sent me something. Tavon gave me the cores while we were in UK.
Okay, so you're going to try, so back
Anyway.
to the pulsar. Wait, let me cut this tape now. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Okay, what we are going to do is Tavon and I are going to build this circuit called a pulsar, and all it does is switch power off and on. So whatever power you put into it, it converts that into a signal that's going on and off at whatever frequency I set. So it's going to be 1.3 kilohertz. That's the frequency that we're going to run this thing to condition the core. And
Now,
the
just to recap conditioning the core a little bit, what you're doing is you're activating the molecules in the core, in the steel
Yes.
of the core. What happens is, in general, steel will, any material has a resonance point where it starts to break into pieces or loosen up, if you will.
Yeah, and you've probably seen years ago they had a commercial for Memorex recording tape, and they had a lady singing, and she was holding a wine glass,
Right.
and when she hit the right note, the wine glass shatters.
Wasn't that Ella Fitzgerald?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I loved her.
Yeah, so that's exactly the same thing that we're doing here. But of course, the steel in the core isn't going to come apart. It's just going to. This is the conditioning. It gets to a point where it's very easy to start this resonance at 1.3 kilohertz. We condition the core so that it goes into that resonance very easily, and it will also go into resonance from harmonics of that frequency, which are mathematical multiples of the fundamental frequency. The harmonics, there are harmonics that are subharmonics, which are lower than the main frequency. So we're going to end up running it either at half of that 1.3 kilohertz or a quarter of that.
So the harmonics are the other points in the steel that will resonate.
Yes.
And you don't want the rotor to have to go too fast,
Right.
right?
Right.
If you could let that rotor go 10,000 RPMs,
Mm-hmm.
then you might be able to hit that resonance point.
Yes,
right?
directly.
But that
directly.
rotor and the machine is not meant to withstand more than 6,000 RPMs. So you have to find other places that will resonate.
Right.
Right. So if you're resonating, I believe the numbers you told me last week were 30, 25.
Well, it's 1300, 600, 300, 150,
Oh, that's interesting.
75.
That's interesting.
They're all half.
That's like 369 stuff.
Yeah.
Ah, haha.
Yes, it is.
Tesla's here with us.
Yes.
Okay, so you see, this is the process that we go through. We start having these discussions, and Tesla shows up.
Yes.
And he says, "That's what I meant when I said that."
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
we have been
Yeah, and
studying
Yes,
Tesla.
and we've seen it. Well, when I do the next video that we do, I'm going to show this, so you'll be able to see these numbers on the spectrum analyzer. You see the 1300. You'll see there's one around 600, one around 300, 150, and
75.
there's actually more than I anticipated. There's one at 150. There's one at like 99. There's one at 68.
Many harmonics is a good thing.
That's a good thing, yes.
Because that means that as you're putting some type of power into it to try and get it to resonate, there are many places where it could start resonating,
Yes.
and that is where it starts to change the microcrystalline structure of the steel. And then each time you run it, it goes into resonance easily, just like you turn it on. Right now, it's a bit of a chore because you have to do tuning and everything. But once that core is conditioned, as you put it, that means that it goes into resonance easily.
Yes.
And there is where your power, the power to run your home, is coming in at those points.
Yes, this is the big power.
Yeah, the big power.
Yeah.
Not the little things that you see on YouTube that
No, it's
they're
not.
nice and they're great and everything, but this is the quest here is for the big power.
Yeah.
And it's been, quite a journey of discovery of how to make a free energy machine,
Yes.
especially a resonance technology. Because usually they think that resonance is a nuisance, right?
Exactly, yeah, because of the vibration that when a motor or a generator goes into resonance that's not intentional, it can cause a lot of problems because it throws the electrical signals off, and it causes a lot of vibration, and sometimes things can shake apart. An example is, I'm sure that you've heard of a couple of bridges, suspension bridges that went into resonance and destroyed themselves. One was, the resonance got started with a group of soldiers were walking across the bridge in lockstep, and the whole bridge started swaying at that same frequency that they were walking.
Nazis?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
that was God that brought that bridge down.
Yes. Yeah, but the QEG is designed to use that resonance, that vibration.
Right.
That's actually where the quantum energy comes from, is from the vibration that is caused by this resonance. So the steel is actually vibrating, and that's where the additional power comes from.
Which is fascinating.
It is.
It's really fascinating, and they do know about this.
Yeah.
But it hasn't served their purposes for profit because, when you think about Ford and the Ford Motors and they all, they were all in cahoots with Edison and
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
back
what? You don't need gasoline?
Yeah, it wasn't
You don't
profitable.
need fuel?
Yeah, so it was
No.
just considered a nuisance. But sometimes algae is a nuisance, and sometimes it's life-saving,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just beginning to. I've seen a couple of stories where people have just started talking about using resonance in the mainstream. But there are existing machines that are not, that are in the free energy arena. There's a few of them that we know of that work. But you won't hear anything about these in the mainstream. And ours will be the first the first to use this technology as a means of powering your home. I estimate that it's going to be at least 10 kilowatts. And with tuning, in fact, the guy that first did this machine as a resonance machine, the guy that, it started out as a thing called an eclinator. And Ron Brandt redesigned it.
And by the way, you can see this video on our website if you haven't already watched it. It's the Ron Brandt, the originator of the QEG.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, somebody sent us this little ditty, and it's great, juicy stuff.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, in the video he talks about he got 3 amps at about 30,000 volts, which is 90 kilowatts.
And you're talking about 10 kilowatts.
Yes.
We're guaranteeing after completion,
Yeah.
10 kilowatts, but Brandt went up to 90, but that's very dangerous. It almost killed him.
Well,
Of
course.
Jamie's motto is safety third.
Well, after it's no longer a prototype, you know, that's, you get the prototype working, and then you add the safety devices, and you know, covers, shrouds, things to keep your hands out of the high voltage.
Yes, and we're surrounding it. I designed the Ark of the Covenant as its cover, with the cherubim on top facing each other, proper-like. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, maybe we could have an arc going in between the tips of the wings, you know. Have an arc going in there.
Yes. Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Piece of silver. Right?
Yeah. Or a real arc.
A real arc.
No, that would be dangerous.
No, you can't. That's too dangerous.
Yeah.
No, we're just shooting the breeze here.
Yes.
And trying to get really clear on the pulsar. Actually, we kind of got off topic a couple of times. But let's get back to the pulsar and how that is going to work to get power into the machine. I mean, it may not work. You may still have to just continue to wait for the 3,000 watt amplifier.
Yeah. Yeah, but it probably will work.
The pulsar?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited now. Really?
It probably will work.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah, because it uses a square wave. It converts a steady DC at fairly high power.
To AC?
To AC, yeah.
It converts a direct current to a current.
Yes.
Alternating.
It's alternating, but it doesn't go below 0. It's like AC goes positive and negative each half cycle. You know, the first cycle is positive, the next half cycle, or the first half cycle is positive, the next half cycle is negative. So one cycle is positive negative. But we're going to be switching DC, so it's going to go between the highest point and 0. It won't go.
Okay, alternating.
Yeah.
Okay, and the importance that you told me earlier, the importance of this particular alternating force in the pulsar is the thrust of the force. Like that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that initial
Yes.
the push at the beginning of that particular current.
Yes. Yeah. So what we do is we use this pulsar and connect it to the output windings of the QEG core, and we actually insert high power at 1.3 kilohertz to make the core vibrate, and you just let it vibrate for a period of time. We don't know exactly how long yet, but as we do this, I'll be able to watch the signal increase. The signal will grow.
Yes, the signal grows as the core is being conditioned, and that was really interesting to see because I was envisioning the core loosening up at those points, expanding, being more harmonic, being more receptive to the energy that's in the atmosphere. You know, like things were starting to harmonize. That resonance description is very powerful.
Yes.
You know, that as soon as you hit that point, all this energy floods in. That's an amazing concept.
It is.
It's been sequestered, hidden from us, suppressed away, tucked away purposefully,
Mm-hmm.
you know, by the big bad boys.
Yeah, it's true. It's been hidden away as a source of power. But it really is. It's really fascinating. And that power comes from the vibration of the material of the steel.
How do you harness that power
Well,
so that it's not dangerous, that you don't blow a core? Can't blow another core. We just can't
No.
blow another core.
no. Well, the power is available at the same place. It amplifies the output power. So when we're finished,
Oh, that power will go to loads. That power will go
Yes.
to the mains
yes,
of your house.
yes,
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it's got more power than you need. That's why I say, the average U.S. household uses about 10 kilowatts, but that's a lot. Europeans are, 2 kilowatts, 5 kilowatts.
Yeah, well, we see the different appliances they have here too.
Yes.
Well, here they have like nothing, but
Here
yeah,
in
even
Morocco,
here
you
in
have
Morocco.
a few light bulbs.
Yeah, right. If you're lucky. I was stunned and shocked to hear that Fatima Zahra, our friends,
Yeah, our translators
our
and friends.
translator and friends, live with one light bulb. That's in addition to the hole in the ground for the toilet for 6 people.
Yeah, and that one light bulb's running off the neighbor's power.
Right. And they still charge jizya,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, yeah, they've got it going on here. Corruption everywhere.
Yeah. But they may be the first ones to be using a QEG.
Yes, if we have anything to say about it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And they could buy a refrigerator and a washing machine and a dryer and whatever.
I think she has a
they
little
want.
fridge
Yeah,
in
they
there.
must have
I think
a
she
fridge.
has a fridge, an oven. Did you see that kitchen
No,
at Eid
I didn't.
time
I
with all the
didn't.
goat
I didn't go in the
guts
kitchen.
everywhere?
Didn't go in the kitchen.
Yeah, but these people are wonderful.
Oh yes.
All the Moroccans that, well, I should say, I'm going to say this, and this should probably be off the record, but all the poor Moroccans that we are privileged to know are so generous, right? They live
Yeah.
with nothing.
Yeah, and
And-
can't wait to help you.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like us, you know? Just like we're all the same,
Yeah.
all over the world.
Yeah.
Has been our experience. But then there's a class of Moroccans, which is about half the people we have to have dealings with, that just really want to rip you off. They think two things immediately when they see that you're American. They think you have you have a lot of money, and B, you're stupid, and that they can somehow get it from you, the money that they think you have.
Yeah.
So we've
Yeah.
learned quite a few things.
Yes, so I wanted to make sure that you know that there was a big breakthrough right after we did episode 8. It was a couple
just
days
a few
after.
days ago, yeah.
Yeah. So we need to do another one, but in the meantime, we're gonna do this conditioning. We're gonna. Tavan is working on getting the parts together for the pulsar. And
Does he have the parts?
he has the
He
parts.
has them, right?
Between the two of us, we can build this thing.
Yeah.
the parts that we have, and he has a circuit
Guys,
board.
these guys are like Nikola Tesla and Otis Carr. Otis Carr.
Yeah.
Right? Otis T. Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nikola Tesla. Otis was Tesla's protege,
Yeah.
and Ralph Ring was Otis Carr. They worked together.
Yeah. He was apprentice.
Right, and Ralph Ring has been doing free energy for a long time, and we talked to him a few times, had some interviews, and he loves us.
Yes, this is the last direct link to Nikola Tesla.
That's right.
Yeah, Ralph Ring,
right.
And he's a heck of a nice guy. And we've spoken to him a few times, and
he's counting on us too.
Yeah,
he's really rooting for us, which is wonderful. And I'd like to believe that Stephen Greer is as well, but there's some kind of funny thing going on there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, other than what I already expressed about that. We've just been really enlightened about so many things. Human nature,
the project is bigger than we imagined at first.
Well, you always said it was bigger than we think it is, though. I thought it was going to be 5 weeks, like you said, back in 2013.
Yeah.
Jamie actually said, it'll take me 5 weeks. So our first crowdfunding thing we did, he said 5 weeks, but let's give him 10. Right? That was 2013 already. Exactly 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was, there was more to learn than I anticipated.
Yeah.
But here we are now, looking back, and we have learned.
Yeah.
We have learned. So expect to see this, the big one finished off here shortly.
And I have to add here that we are in the same village that we were back in 2014 with the whole gang. And it's unfortunate, but most of the people in that gang have really, well, not most of the people, a few of them have really turned evil. But none of them are here. But we're back, and the people love us. They didn't really care for them, but we kind of smoothed that over and said,
yeah, we're not them.
We're not them. And back in 2014, when we were here, I envisioned this and called it the Jewel by the Sea. And I really see that being a possibility. We had some hard times where I sort of let that dream go and thought, well, we may not ever see that. But here we are, and I think we're going to pull it off.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
So yes, we want to just slather you with thanks and kisses and hugs and light and gratitude and blessings, blessings, blessings all around. You just really make our day every single day.
Every day.
When I read a letter to the fam from you, because I read them all from you, and put smiles on our faces all the time. Sometimes we get grumpy. Right? Wouldn't you say, well, Jamie never gets grumpy. And, Tavon doesn't really get grumpy either, except when he's so tired. But then he says good night, so.
Yeah.
But we do. I guess the ladies get grumpy, more grumpy than the guys. The guys are more easygoing. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
But we're Italian. What can I say? And we're from Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's okay.
So we're expressive.
Yes, we need your expressiveness.
You need our grumpiness.
Yeah, everyone that's on this project, all 4 of us, are the only possible staff that would have worked for this. We're all necessary.
Yeah, it's a very interesting.
It is, this particular skill set of the 4 of us are what's needed to complete this project.
Yeah, and the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yes.
In this case,
yes.
And in many cases, So yeah, in other words, we get along.
Yes. And
We
you're
get
the
along.
fifth member.
And you're the fifth
Slather,
member.
slather, slather.
There's you. There's Angela, who we could not have gotten this far without. Oh my gosh,
That's
she
true, yes.
is absolutely Angela the angel.
Yes.
She is our wonderful volunteer person that's been with us for 4 years now. Is it 4 years?
Yeah.
Since we made the movie. Since we wrote the book.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's our beautiful Frances James and Nikki Love.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few people that just, it's just such a beautiful, awesome feeling to have this circle. And it's going to be a great day when we all get to meet and light up the world. Why not?
That's what we're doing.
So we love you madly.
Yes, we love you.
Bambi especially loves you, right, Bambi?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to sing for Wilhelmina? Bambi's really tired. She had a nice swim and good run and 8 dogs vying for her affection. All right, I'm going to see how I can put these recordings together for you. And, by the way, this is your stuff. You could put this up as is. And you'll be the first to have it.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes, fresh.
Yeah. Okay.
Fresh hot off the press.
Give our best to the whole family.
Yes.
And we'll talk to you soon.
We love you.
Love ya.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.